Hi, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge, and today I'm doing another book haul. I tried not to wait as long this time. I still have some books coming in. Well, I always have some books coming in, but I wanted to not have 50 books at a time so that I can actually give a little bit more opinion on what I might think about a book instead. And that doesn't always work out when I have 50 books to talk about, because to keep the video from being an hour long, I have to kind of go a little faster. But yeah, it is another Memorial Day book haul. Barnes & Noble always has really great deals over Memorial Weekend, and I'm usually around in town, so I go and buy some of those books. So I have books to share with you, and we'll kind of go through. These are the books I've bought over the last month. And I'm really excited about some of them. So let's get going. I have a few, or two to start with, that I've already read them. And one of them was an ARC, and the other one is a new copy of one of my favorite books. So the first one up I'll show you is, this is the 30th anniversary edition of Hatchet by Gary Paulson. And this is an illustrated one. This is one of my, there's pretty pictures of birds in here, and different things that Brian is doing. If you've never heard, this story was very popular when I was very young. I think I first read it in 5th grade, really easy reading level. All of his are. They're kind of a good starter chapter book when you're young. And this is about a boy named Brian who's on his way to visit his father in Canada, because his parents are divorced, and the pilot has a heart attack and he gets stranded in the Canadian wilderness, and no one will even have any idea where he was at. So the plane lands in a lake, and he has to try to survive, and all he has with is a hatchet that he was given and a few supplies that were in the plane. And I believe he's supposed to be 12. I don't even remember how old he is. It's been so long. I can't wait to read it again. I'm going to read this as a classic, I think. I mean, it's only 200 pages long, and it's one of my favorite. And it's this beautiful leather bound. Well, it's not leather, but it's supposed to look like wood. So, got that. Next, the one that I originally read as an ARC is Romanoff by Nadine Brandes. I read this one, 6 months ago maybe. I can't believe how short it is, actually. It felt like it was so long. I only gave this book, I think, 3 stars, but it was in a book box that I got, so, I didn't get to choose it. And the cover really is beautiful, and I love that it's an Anastasia retelling. I just didn't like what happened. This one, there is magic in this story, and Anastasia is hiding a spell that the Bolsheviks are trying to get a hold of, and she's trying to keep it safe. And there's some weird magical twists to the story of the Romanoffs in here. And I was just expecting so much of it. That didn't happen, but it's beautiful. And since it was already in a book box, I didn't purchase this myself, it works. And it is absolutely beautiful. Next up, I have some romances that I picked up. One book I was waiting on pins and needles for was The Unhoneymooners by Christina Loren, which is a duo who writes together. I have read only 2 of their books so far. I read Beautiful Bastard, and I made it mostly through Roomies, but I feel like they've grown in their storytelling so much. Beautiful Bastard was Twilight fan fiction when it started, and you can definitely tell when you read it. But they've just improved so much. I love that they started with that, which is a fun series, by the way. I'm working my way through it. I've only read the first one and then one of the novellas so far, and those are really sexy. And I've just been hearing so much about them. This is about Olive, who her twin sister and everyone else at the wedding but her and the best man get food poisoning. And so her twin sister, the bride, gives her her honeymoon, and then her brother-in-law, his brother, also gets it because he looks a lot like his brother. And so they end up going on this honeymoon together, and they're kind of enemies in the beginning. So it's enemies to lovers. It's beautiful. I can't wait to read it. I plan to pick this up and plow through it as soon as I get the chance. And then it's funny because Helen Huang blurbed this book, and then I also bought The Bride Test. This is a companion novel to The Kiss Quotient, which I loved. This one is about Kai, which I love the name Kai, by the way. That's a side note. Love it. He's autistic and he has no interest in a wife. And so his mother finds him a mail order bride. And Esme has to kind of win him over. So they like are trying a relationship and he doesn't think he'd be good at it, but like she really wants to live in America, I believe, is kind of like the thing. And so really quickly Esme starts falling for Kai, but like Kai doesn't know how to love someone back. And I'm really interested. The Kiss Quotient was about someone who had some Asperger's, I believe. I might have just made that up, but I just really love how she tells her stories because they're still super sexy, but yet I feel really respectful to people who, you know, have those abilities or differences than us, and I really like that. And so I'm excited to read that one. And then I have Again But Better by Christine Riccio. This is the YA book club version. I don't know if I'll end up getting to participate in the Barnes & Noble book club for this, just because I don't know when I'll get a chance to read this. But I've been hearing good and bad things about it, but I'm definitely going to give it a try. Christine is the one who introduced me to Booktube like 4 years ago now. I would not have a Booktube channel if I hadn't stumbled across her and just thought she was so amazing. And then it led me to everybody else along the way. And so I'm definitely going to try this book. I'm going to go in with an open heart. I don't totally love contemporary romances anyway, so I think anything I might feel about it might be because of that. But I'm very excited to give it a try. I've heard cute things about it, and I know that it's going to be like pretty quirky, and it has some like mixed media, and it's really fun. So I'm going to give this a try. All right, where to go next, guys? I have so much. Well, let's start with some sequels here. So just today at the Memorial Day sale I went to, I picked up books 5 and 6 in the Wheel of Time. I've only read the first 2, but I thought since I had some really good coupons today that I would pick these up because this is a series, you know, I plan to have all of them. So 5 is The Fires of Heaven and 6 is Lord of Chaos. This is an epic high fantasy series by Robert Jordan, one of the most famous series of all time. If you haven't heard about it, I can't help you. You may need to see help for it. I'm just kidding. But very much love it. Then I also picked up Republic of Thieves by Scott Lynch. No, I haven't read the other 2 Gentleman Bastard books, but again, I want it. And I know I'm going to love this series. Like, I just have a gut feeling. And so I've slowly been picking them up, even though I haven't read any of them yet. I picked up another one. I haven't read the first one. I picked up Kingsbane because it was really on sale. And I heard that this series has lots of steamy times in it. And I love, they even said it should be new adult, but I love when YA isn't afraid to go there. Because I'm like, guess what? Teenagers, young adults, they're doing it. Why are you pretending they're not? I don't want to fade to black. I want to live it. And not gonna lie, that has me really excited for this. And it's gorgeous, gorgeous. So I really need to get to Furyborn at some point. I know this is about, there's a sun queen and a blood queen. I love the tagline, a queen to save us, a queen to ruin us. I just really need to get to this series. This one is big and beautiful. And I've heard, though, that you either love it or you hate it. But I love a high fantasy. I love a series like this. I know there has to do with gods and powers and queens and sorcerers. And I'm in. I just don't know when I'm in. Also, I picked up Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. I've been hearing so many funny things about this. The TV show starts, depending on when you see this video, probably already has started, with David Tennant and Michael Sheen. And I'm in. Again, I'm in. I've heard this is funny. This is about an angel and a demon who lose the Antichrist. And it's time for the apocalypse to start, and they don't have the right Antichrist. And I said in one of my vlogs, like, I was a little nervous about, or no, I said it in my TBR. I'm going to try to read this month. That I'm a little nervous about how they're going to make fun of religions in here. We'll see. I am a Christian, and so it makes me nervous, but also I have a sense of humor, and I've heard this is really funny and a great read. And so I want to try to at least start it before I watch the TV show, because I'm definitely going to watch it. It looks hilarious. It has so many good actors in it. And I've never read a book individually by these two, but I've heard they're both really good. So yeah, I'm going to give this one a try. I'm excited. And then also today I picked up Dreaming Darkly by Caitlin Kitteridge, just because look at this cover. This is about a girl named Ivy who her mother just died, and her mother was very like abusive to her and like had a lot of mental health issues, and now Ivy feels like she might be suffering from the same thing. This I felt like good picking up for some time. I'm in a contemporary, like, I don't know if it's thriller or if it's just like, you know, really a mental exercise, not sure, but I want to pick it up. Then I picked up this book, almost 100% for the cover. It's called To Best the Boys by Mary Weber. I know about this. This is a girl named... Boom, what's her name? Ren. And she wants to become a scientist, and only boys are allowed to do it. But there's this scholarship that her uncle gives out. And so maybe it's not her uncle. I might have made that up. But she dresses up like a boy to try to win it. And so it's called To Best the Boys. And there's like a maze. And I think there's like challenges and things to do inside of it, which sounds cool. I don't know if it's more Hunger Games type, like if there's danger in it or what. But it seems really cool. So I wanted to add that to my collection because it's beautiful. Then I picked up Stepsister by Jennifer Donnelly. Look at this. I picked this up because the naughty librarian Amanda got it, and she said it was so good. It's don't just fracture the fairy tale, shatter it. And so this one is about the ugly stepsister who cut off her toes to fit into Cinderella's shoe. And the prince discovers it, and so he turns her away. And yeah, she's trying to get over her heartbreak. It looks so cool. It's gorgeous. Fairy tale retelling from the point of view of the stepsister who cut her foot to fit in the shoe. Whoa. I don't know. It's gorgeous. It's happening sometime. Next, this one. Girl, I don't know what it's about. I'll have to read it. The Sword and the Dagger by Robert Cochran. Again, cover by for sure. This one is about 3 enemies and 1 unforgettable journey. Princess Elaine, Prince Conrad, and Rashid. And this is during the Crusades, and they're fighting against Genghis Khan. Cool. It's beautiful. It's funny. Things that are like this end of this, I really like them. Do you know what I mean? Like, The Sword and the Dagger. I now forgot, like, the bear and the nightingale, the girl in the town. Like, I really like that naming convention. It was weird. So I picked up another one from the YA Book Club because my favorite bookseller at Barnes & Noble... Oh, no, you shitty thing. This one stuck to it. I picked up We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Fasai. Sorry if I butchered that. I'm sure I did. And this is about a hunter who disguises herself as a man, and she braves the cursed forest to feed her people, and so she kills to live. And it looks beautiful. And this is the YA Book Club pick for July, so I want to try to read it by then because Barnes & Noble is doing a book club in town, and I thought, cool, I'd love to meet more readers in my town. It's beautiful. It sounds like a Middle Eastern one, maybe. No, is it? Maybe it's not. I don't know, it does, but it also looks snowy, so I can't tell if it's snow or sand, but it's beautiful. Let's go. Almost done, 2 left. Next I have Nocturna by Maya Montaigne. A faceless thief, a desperate prince, a darkness unleashed. This one's beautiful. I've seen different colors of this one too. So this is about Finn Voy, who is a girl. looks cool. I don't even know anymore, guys, what I'm talking about. It looks beautiful. We'll do it. And then finally, I have my unplugged book box of the month, and I don't know if I'll read this one, but Kat from, I forgot her channel name, read this. She did an unplugged book box, like a reading vlog, and she really liked it. So this is by a new author called Joseph Moldover, and this is about two boys, Cole and Matt, who survived a school shooting in first grade. So they're the only two kids in their class left, and they've just graduated, and they're both dealing with like pain that they have suffered emotionally and physically, because one of the boys was shot but survived, and one of them, he was home sick that day, and he faces a lot of guilt that all of his friends were murdered, basically. And so again, this doesn't seem like it's in my wheelhouse. I don't really like reading stories that are too close to home. That's not why I read fantasy, but I'm going to keep it around. Maybe there'll be a challenge or like read-a-thon that I like need a story like this for. So I'm going to keep it for a while, and we'll see if I get to it. So that's all the books that I bought in May. Well, most of them. There was more, but that are not here yet. I'm looking forward to a lot of these. Tell me which ones of these have you read, what you think about them, which one I should prioritize first. And yeah, I make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you can watch some more of those videos right now. Bye!